Hi, I'm Frank Ryan, and welcome back to the series of getting rid of property taxes in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. You know, whenever I go around the district, and candidly, whenever I travel around the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I hear from senior citizens all the time, and as you can tell by looking at me, I'm one of them, that the property taxes are really a tremendous burden for them. You know, we live in an older community. We find that many people in some of the senior centers, the age 55 communities and the like, try to live on their own as long as they possibly can. And if you talk to the aging committees and if you talk to the Department of Aging in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, we often find that these issues are really a prevalent comment that people make, is that we find it's better for people to live in their own homes. But I often make the comment that with property taxes, seniors are but one life event away from losing a home. What's that mean? That means as we get elderly, if you lose a spouse, you may find your retirement income is reduced. And those kind of things are something that's a problem for seniors. They want that peace of mind. With that in mind, we have to take a look at what are some of the issues as we examine the efforts to eliminate property taxes, what the impact will be on seniors, and we've got to examine that. The article that we're doing now in this particular segment is the fifth in a series of articles looking at the basic ideas and critical risk factors behind the property tax elimination bill. The reason I want to drop this down into this type of an analytic is to find out who's incentivized to not get behind this property tax elimination bill. And so as a result of that, this is the segment we're going to deal with. The other topics can be viewed at our repfrankryan.com. So here are some of the bigger issues that I would encourage you to look at as it relates to senior citizens. We need to recognize that a senior citizen's income is typically fixed. And as you look at that issue about the fixed nature of our incomes, the senior citizen is frequently not able to accommodate any of those other types of life changes. Typically, we see a situation in which seniors have higher prescription drugs. They may find that they might have higher medical related costs. They may find that they are worried about living longer and that their financial assets in retirement, if they have any financial assets already set aside, could have a negative effect on their ability to continue living where they want to. The proximity of the family, retirement income, marital status. You know, I run into a lot of situations in which people may find themselves that they're actually raising their own grandchildren. By the way, we're finding a significant number of Pennsylvanians who are grandparents that are actually raising their grandchildren because of different life events with their own children. The problem with the property tax is that in addition to being on a fixed income, we find that it's not able to increase significantly, and that problem was exacerbated most recently during the real estate fiasco that the nation experienced in 2009. And when that happened, Social Security increases were almost non-existent for almost 10 years. Yet at the same time, we saw that property tax increases were continuing. There could be life events such as divorce, children moving back home or grandchildren, mental issues such as dementia, making an already difficult budgeting situation sometimes unbearable for seniors. Unfortunately, though, due to the way school districts are funded, the likelihood is that property tax increases will continue significantly. With this increase in school property taxes, when combined with health-related issues and life events for seniors, the combination of those three events and a whole bevy of other events will frequently put seniors in a position of losing their home. Let me give you an example. The miracle compounding. If school property taxes increase at a rate of 3.5% annually for 20 years, your property taxes will have doubled. Should you retire at age 65, the probability then is extremely high that you will find that your medical costs will be going up at the same time as your property taxes are unsustainable. And the combination of these two expenses for the average person will likely be untenable. The net result, though, is that for property taxes for seniors are potentially devastating. What it does, though, is let's look at the psychology behind it. And I'm a CPA. In my private practice, I help keep individuals and corporations out of bankruptcy. And what I find is that seniors become apprehensive. There's a psychology behind it. By the way, anybody in financial distress becomes very sensitive and apprehensive. So it's not just exclusive to seniors. But what happens is is that in any property tax elimination bill, they've been stymied over the last 20 years when there is a potential solution, because no one wants to discuss that potential solution because it's so politically challenging. So let me tell you what that is. With virtually every property tax elimination bill in the past, senior citizens, again, of which I am one, benefit almost entirely because we would see property taxes go to zero, while at the same time our retirement income is not taxed at all in Pennsylvania at this point. That means that any shift in property taxes would go almost all to young working families. When the issue of increasing in tax and retirement income comes up, I usually hear people, particularly my age, indicate that they've paid school property taxes all their life. They also hear that we don't have any children in school, so why should we have to pay these onerous taxes? Prior elimination efforts have usually had younger people paying most of the tax shift, and that ultimately ended any talks of the elimination effort. In all the meetings that I've had, and I've had over 200 meetings so far, virtually every opponent of eliminating school property taxes has voiced the concern that seniors will be paying no taxes at all, whereas the state budget is about 13 to 18% relating to taking care of seniors. And that means that those groups that are opposing getting rid of the property taxes object to such a major shift of all taxes to younger families, thereby leaving the state with a major concern about what we do with the demographics and the implication of our tax structure that doesn't tax senior and retirement income. Virtually every tax foundation study indicates that if seniors agreed to tax retirement income, except on Social Security, eliminating school property taxes would be possible. So let me give you an example. If we were to propose a property tax elimination bill, which said that Social Security would definitely not be taxed, but we would tax retirement income at the same rate as if it was personal income tax, approximately 75% of seniors would save money compared with the property taxes they're currently paying. The reason that this solution hasn't come up before is because most people in the executive branch and the legislature don't want to have to tackle this problem. I've had people tell me, Frank, you're about the only person because of your age that can even bring this question up. So then the question I have to ask you, if we were able to get rid of 100% of the school property taxes, would you agree as a senior to tax non-retirement Social Security income? Incidentally, under the bill we're drafting, renters and residents of senior centers would also see a reduction in rent and fees if the school property taxes were eliminated. The reason this is important for you to be aware of is that senior centers actually do pay property taxes. I live in Lebanon County, Pennsylvania. One of our senior centers pays $750,000 in property taxes. If that went away, it would most absolutely result in a reduction in fees. This elimination bill, if we were to tax non-Social Security retirement income, so let me say this clearly, we would not tax Social Security income, but retirement income would become taxable at the same rate as a personal income tax. You would not have to pay a tax on money you've already put into your retirement plan, however, so that's another exemption. But if you let me know if you're okay with that issue, I think we've got a way of getting rid of property taxes. We're real close. And please keep in mind that 13 to 18% of the state's budget takes care of seniors. If you're concerned about what those are, let me know and I can give you a complete list of information, and it's on our webpage at repfrankryan.com. And please contact me about what your thoughts are about the possibility of getting rid of 100% of the school property tax in exchange for taxing non-Social Security retirement income only. Please contact me at fryan at pahousegop.com. Again, fryan at pahousegop.com. Thanks so much for spending some time with me today.